You said something in there too about nutrition, and I know this was something that you consulted me on, and I don't even like a lot of cold temperature foods and drinks. However, I know that I do drink them sometimes, and you know, I remember you was like, "Don't do that. Stay warm, keep yourself warm." Can you just go into a little bit into that importance during the cycle?
Yeah, so I think that a lot of these things are not things that are necessarily new. So I'm not gonna be like, this is like new Monica. Like, no, 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 no. No. This is stuff that our ancestors and all cultures and backgrounds understood. And so what it is just caring for yourself. Now this can be postpartum after you have a baby or while cycling. You want to keep your body in a state in which blood can flow more easily. When you're cold, if you try to prick your finger probably won't bleed. But if you warm it up and it's nice and hot, then you poke it and you can get blood to come out. We're just saying, like, if you're gonna check your blood sugar or something like that. Like, if you poke a cold finger, it's not gonna flow, and it's the same in that. Like, if your body is not in a warm space to move the blood, then you're gonna have stagnation, and stagnation is literally like just old blood that stays inside of the uterus sometimes. And so, for that reason, we want to be drinking warm teas like ginger and cinnamon, those herbs that bring warmth into your body. So, to like jalapenos and things like that.
Mm. Okay, that's perfect. No, that and it feels different too. Like it feels different being aware of that as well. Like during the cycle, it feels different. I feel so much more like no, I because I know a lot of times women like push through the cycle in the sense that they don't give their body the rest, they don't give their body the care that they deserve, and it's just I'm gonna just work and I'm just I'm just bleeding. It's so inconvenient type of thing. But really taking that time to regenerate yourself and understand what's going on, I think is really important.
Yep.
Someone says, "Do you recommend tampons or pads?"
I do not recommend tampons whatsoever. And then pads always, but I do recommend a clean brand of pads that doesn't have all of the toxins or chemicals because our bodies are still absorbing it even if it's in a pad. So I also recommend free bleeding. If you're at home by yourself, throw a Chuck's pad on the couch and like watch a movie and just like bleed that way. I know everyone isn't comfortable with that, but it's really good to just
That's
allow
cool.
the body to do its
Girl, I didn't
thing
even know that was a
freely.
thing. No, that's real though. Thank you for bringing that out. Seriously. So someone said, "Why not even organic tampons? Also, no cups."
Yep. So the reason that I say no tampons, no anything that's gonna clog and create any stagnation, we need it to flow freely. Like that's putting like a stopper into the flow. So it's not going to flow in the way in which it should or would had it not been tapped up. Cups like that's truly up to you, better than a tampon, but I would still say like we didn't come from people that was sticking stuff up there to like catch the flow. So that's totally like up to you how you want to
Yeah,
stop it, but I don't recommend tampons. Cups are, you know, ask
yeah,
your body, what does your body say?
yeah. Ooh, that's so good though. And yeah, you're right. I've never done the cups. I've only done the pads, and I just like it. I just want it to come out. You know what I mean? Freely.
And I'm
All right.
and I'm just like I don't. Some people are very disconnected from their wounds, but I want to see my blood. Like, what does it look like? Like, how is it flowing? I
Yes.
can't see it that good in a tampon. Like, I need to be able to like, okay, like, so she needs to drink more water. Okay, this
Mhm.
cycle looks good. This looks healthy. Like, don't disconnect yourself from it. Like,
Yeah.
observe it. Take pictures of your pads on your first day and like throughout your cycle and see how it
That's good.
changes when you make changes in your life.
Yes, that's so good, and it's so important we take that analytical approach rather than just like you said disconnecting because you need to know what is your like you're saying everyone's body is their body, so you need to know your normal, and looking at it is how you start to get into that flow. Someone said, "I'm asking questions for my girlfriend. She is listening with me, and she appreciates the info." No, I
Ask
think that's
all
great.
the questions. It's no
Yeah,
judgment at all. Like I want to give you everything that I can think of, and there might be something that I don't think of sharing or expounding on. So ask all the questions.
yeah, seriously, and I think that's good too. Like men who are with women that you should know. Like you're gonna be in one. You came from one. You should know. You know.
Yes, and most guys like don't know their girl cycles. Like if you're with a woman, you should know. One of my last clients, I was asking the wife, I was like, hey, so how many days are your cycle? She was like, he was like, oh, they come every 31 days. That's how I knew you were pregnant. That's why I brought you a pregnancy test, because it was day 35 and nothing came yet. Like, that's very rare. It's very rare that men are like involved in caring
Yeah.
for their spouses in ways that like they're like, oh, I know that at this time, like she puts her feet up and I gotta take over or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. And that's so important too, because like I said, people just, especially men and women, however, really men, they just like disconnect from it, and it's like, no, dude, like if you got a woman in your life, you need to know, because how else are you going to know that she's healthy for you to engage with her? You know what I mean?
Right, you just gonna put a baby in any old womb, just any. You don't know the condition of it, nothing. And it makes me think of like, you remember when the most embarrassing thing was for a man to go into the store and buy pads? Like, no,
Yeah.
you should know where they're at, what kind she needs, how long she needs. Like, oh, on day one she's gonna need the thick one. Day two, day three she can use like the
Yeah,
thinner
yeah,
ones. Like, you
yeah.
should know that.
You
That's
definitely should. Yeah, that's so kudos to you, brother. Like, keep doing that. That's what you're supposed to be doing.